here's Dick Johnson, the Australian driver who really has been impressive this weekend. You can see him downshifting and turning to the right. Look at that small steering wheel that he's using.
I went by and talked to him yesterday just to find out a little bit about him, and he said the steering wheel on these cars is like a bloody London bus. So I guess he found him a small steering wheel. Attaboy, Dick.
Well, he's shown some great promise, at least in this event, as Dick Johnson at the moment finds himself in 7th position.
Well, Dick Johnson's 43 years old. He's from Brisbane, Australia. He had a tough time even getting here. They have an airplane strike in Australia. And in fact, he almost didn't make it. They had to charter a plane to get him here, and he missed the first practice session. Even though he missed the first session, had minimal practice, he still qualified 11th. Now, he has just clinched the series championship down there. They call it the Grand Touring Sedan Series in Australia, and they run purely on road courses. So he's a veteran road racer from Australia. What he drives down in there is something called a Ford Sierra. It's the sort of like our Mercury Mercure. He's a Ford factory driver down there.
Well, Jerry, one team that's not having any mechanical problems is that of Dick Johnson from Australia. But the team as a pit crew as a whole are having more than their share of problems. This is Ray Evernham, who is the crew chief on the car. Ray coming from the International Race of Champions. And this is your first time in Winston Cup competition, and you said you need some help.
Yeah, we sure do, Jack. Right now, our car and our driver, the Red Coat Thunderbird, is running a lot faster than our pit crew. We took a lot of time building the car, and we didn't get much chance to pit practice, and we're trying to run a pit crew right now. If we had a good pit crew and we could speed up these stops, I think we could really give a good run.
One thing to remember, guys, is the fact that all of their experience, and most of his crew comes from the International Race of Champions, when they make pit stops there, the laps don't count, so they get to do it under the luxury of that. Here, it's a little bit different.
Dick Johnson, the driver of that car, currently in 14th position.
Here's Dick Johnson, the Australian driver in the red coat Ford.
He's
behind
still
Bobby Hillen.
And he's in 11th position. Bobby Hillen there in car number 8 is in 10th. So Johnson in 11th and doing a very respectable job in his Winston Cup debut.
He certainly is doing a great job out here this afternoon. We heard one of his crew members say earlier that the driver and the car were there. They just need a little better pit work than what they'd had, but they are having a very good run here today.
Here is the replay from the in-car camera of Dick Johnson. Well, you could hear metal against metal as Richard Petty and Dick Johnson made contact with each other there in corner number 11, causing both to spin. Dick Johnson has parked his car on the tire barrier. The car ran off the course as he got in some oil. Here it is, and here's how it sounded. Well, he was a little upset with himself or the car or the track or something. In any case, Johnson slides off into the tires. Dick Johnson, this is Bob Jenkins at ESPN. Can you hear me? Well, apparently not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Hey?
What happened, Dick?
Well, there's obviously a bit of oil up here, and I fired up in there probably a little bit quick. And it just sort of slipped off the road a little bit, like it's as slippery as a butcher's block up here. There's more gunk on the road than there is on the kitchen table.
Dick, you had a great run. How did your day go prior to this point?
Well, I'm just waiting for these turkeys to lift me off here. All I want to do is get back and have a go.
We like your accent, too. Welcome to Winston Cup.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just want to get to the finish. You know, I've come a long way to have a race, and I'd like to get to the finish.
All right, we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.
They've thrown the caution flag, Dick Johnson, so there'll be some help there in just a little bit.